Over the top of Wanda today, we can expect good, strong swell there. It's 4 to 5 foot coming through, and it's going to be very, very tough. Of course, the eliminator format, 1 and 2 from race 1 will go through to the final. The bottom 6 will drop out. That'll leave us with a race of 12 in the middle. Half to go through, half to go home, and then the final race of 8. And that will be for not only the Nutri IronWoman Series crown, but it will also be for the final placings. This is the girl returning. All the pressure's on her. She's the only one who can steal the title from Maddie Dunn. And Maddie Dunn all smiles because she knows she just has to finish inside the top 6. And it will be all she wrote. It's a race in 2, but let's take a look at the start list. It's not just 2 girls trying to get a win here today. Ali Britton, good to see her back in fine form. Natty Canning from Currumbin's had a standout summer as well. Dick and Doyle Higginson, she's my dark horse for today for Surfers Paradise. Deserves a win. She's worked very hard. Brittany Pearce on her home stretch of sand under the tutelage of Nathan Smith there. She'll be looking for a big performance. And a young gun on debut, and what a place to make their debut. Emma Woods from Alexandra Headland. Jack, what have you got to say about Emma? She is a very good board paddler, but she's only 17.
She's very young, Josh. Actually, only 16. She's in her last year as an under-17 competitor. Emma Woods, she's done very, very well to qualify herself for her first Nutri IronWoman event here, and these conditions will certainly suit her. She's certainly going to be somewhere in the mix.
She's one tough cookie as well, and there's nervous faces as the girls are on the line and away. Ski first. Miller's got away with, well, few dramas, and Dunn's on and working very, very hard as well. And almost immediately the girls are into their work, and it's just managing this early ski leg in race number 1. You know you can't win it today, and have a look at the white caps out there. That wind is blowing, and TC Omar out the back is really pushing this surf in. So the way these girls manage the ski early on will go a long way towards how successful they are.
Yeah, the girls have to manage to get their skis around this course. This is certainly the most questionable leg, particularly in these conditions, Josh. Very, very testing to get that 18-foot piece of craft around the cans, stay on top of it without going for a swim.
Girls very spread out at the moment. There is Gemma Smith on the pink ski doing very, very well, working her way out. Danny McKenzie's there as well on the far right, Brielle Cooper, but these girls have been pushed a long, long way down, and they're starting to work back towards the cans at the moment, and it looks like Miller's got off to a good one as well. She'll come across to Smith, and there's some big swell building. I think a couple of the girls might struggle to get up and over this one, but they don't. And on that far right-hand side, Maddie Dunn hasn't got off to the start we thought she had. She's back in 2nd or 3rd last place. And Jack, there's one other scenario we haven't really played through today. If Georgia Miller can get 2nd and Maddie Dunn doesn't finish the race, Georgia Miller will be the winner, and she's just got to get round this first race and then hope basically she can sneak her way into that final 8 and not come last. And that is all she wrote for Maddie Dunn. But it's Gemma Smith in 1, Georgia Miller in 2, and all these girls will be looking to finish in 1 and 2 and survive and skip straight through to race 3.
Well, Josh, something catastrophic would have to happen for Maddie Dunn not to get around this first race and this course here today. There is no way she is going to let anything stand in her way, knowing that if Georgia Miller finishes in the top 2, all Maddie Dunn has to do is finish the first race.
Gemma Smith in 1 as they go around the final turning can. Georgia Miller in 2 there. Danielle McKenzie in 3. Lizzie Wellborn, she's had a spotted summer in terms of performance because, well, she's had injury, she's come back from illness, and it's just been a very, very tough one. Tian Raymond no, that's not Tian Raymond, that's Ali Britton going wide there in the Kurrawa cap, pushing through. There's Emma Woods in the background. She's on debut, the yellow cap there, right alongside Maddie Dunn. Brielle Cooper's behind her as well, so very, very tough for these girls. A long way down, Alyssa Pearce, so's Courtney Hancock. My pick, Kirsty Higginson's right out the back, and these girls are in trouble, so the commentator's curse has come back to haunt it, and it looks like Lizzie Wellborn's picked up a massive runner there. Hannah Scully almost went down it, but it's Wellborn and Smith, the 2 junior competitors, first year opens, making their way down this wave, out in front and leading race 1. There's a couple, Ali Britton, Danny McKenzie's got a wave behind as well. Georgia Miller's in no man's land. Oh, Lizzie, leans back, goes sideways, comes off, and that is not the skills we expect from Lizzie Wellborn. Unbelievable there. Her skis washing all the way to the beach, and you can see Maddie Dunn, concerned look, but she's not panicking just yet.
Well, all advantages now go to Gemma Smith. Gemma Smith made sure she stayed in control of her ski there, Josh. Gets herself up and around transition, and it gives herself every chance to automatically qualify for our first final. As girls are coming down waves out the back, Josh.
Big sets. They're coming down. The nose digs in. Dunny's paddling out in front. Miller goes around. She's in 2. Hannah Scully in 3. Danielle McKenzie in 4. Ali Britton in 5. And it's all Northcliffe caps on the front part of this race there. And you can see Georgia Miller picks up the board. Emma Dick goes through. Taylor Biscaric, Lana Rogers, Lizzie Wellborn, Ella Heininger up and around. Emily Doyle makes her way through. Outside the top 10 is Brielle Cooper, the defending champ. She will hand over her crown. She won it here on this stretch of sand 12 months ago. Courtney Hancock, Maddie Canning up and around there. There is Maddie Dunn. She is a fair way down, heading into the board leg. It looks like Naomi Scott makes her way around. She's got the goggles on as well, and I don't think she's picked up that it's board next, so a small mistake there from Naomi Scott. She'll throw the goggles down, get on the board, and Brielle Cooper's starting to make her move. My pick, Kirsty Higginson, has got a lot of work to do, and there is a lot of gap between her and qualifying for the next race.
Well, a long way back, Josh, and we're looking at that red zone. The bottom 6 will go home after this first round as Electra Outram and Emma Woods come around, so the girls make their choices what way they want to go. And here is our red zone. Maddie Dunn, sitting in 15th place currently, is right on the cutoff, Josh, for elimination. So Maddie Dunn has to get through this first round to ensure that she stays in the mix and stops Georgia Miller from taking this title.
Yeah, the girls, they're getting smacked. Brielle Cooper rolls. Maddie Dunn wasn't going anywhere. Whoa, up and over. You could see the shock on Brielle Cooper's face there when she got flipped. Faces the wrong way, spins around. You can see the bottom right-hand side of the screen there. Lana Rogers goes up and over. She's off as well, and I don't think the pictures are doing this justice. Just how windy it is, just how big the surf is, and just how terrible the conditions are. One of the Ironmen swam his way right into the centre of the women's arena. He's got to get out of the road. Oh, Lizzie Wellborn goes over. She's facing the wrong way as well. She tries to set it up, goes up and over another time. And these girls, they haven't got a smacking like this in a very, very long time. They're backwards, upside down, inside out, and everywhere but where they want to be at the moment. It's like they're back in nippers because these girls are getting absolutely smashed by the Wanda sets.
Well, the surf is ferocious, Josh. All these girls made the decision to head to the north into the rip, which is sucking out very, very quickly. But when the swell comes through there, when the sets roll through, it is breaking heavier than anywhere else in the beach, and the amount of water movement is making it very, very difficult to get through. We see these sets continue to roll through. We see Lizzie Wellborn continue to get belted, Josh, and these girls are having one hell of a time.
While these girls are getting smacked, there's 2 or 3 that have snuck their way through. They're out the back in clean water, but a couple of the others, Lizzie Wellborn just keeps getting hammered. You can see she's starting to get tired there. Small mistake, sits up, pops over another one, tries to get going, and the rest of the girls are making their way back to the beach. So if you're Gemma Smith, if you're Danielle McKenzie in 2nd, Georgia Miller in 3rd, then it's Hannah Scully in 4th, you will be stoked because some of the big guns of the series, they're still going out to sea and getting smacked. Brielle Cooper is having a terrible day. It's not her fault. Look at Melissa Pearce alongside her there. She trains here every day. She knows this break better than all the girls, and she can't get through it. It is just a tough test of surf skills for these Iron women.
Well, getting a read on it, Josh, is the hardest thing. Making the right decisions as we see Ali Britton on her way out, just going through the wave zone as Gemma Smith takes a bomb on the way home.
Loves
a
it.
Big airdrop from Gemma Smith there. Gets herself back to the beach to head into the final swim leg of race 1.
Goes from the top of that one to the bottom, and then Georgia Miller, Hannah Scully on her tail. There's Emma Dick as well. She's having a great race. She can, on her day, she can compete with the best in the business. Had a little bit of trouble with consistency over the last couple of years, but Emma Dick is on fire at the moment. And speaking of on fire, Gemma Smith leads through, and she's looking for one of those 2 places at the moment. And there was a run for a long time. If you got one of the first 2 places to skip through to the final, you almost automatically finished in the top 3. And, well, basically, I think only Naomi Scott hasn't finished in the top 4 all summer long. So Georgia Miller will be desperate to hunt down one of those places. And you can see how fast strung out these girls are at the moment. We've still got 1 or 2 going out and around, but Hannah Scully's into 2, Miller into 3, McKenzie into 4, Emma Dick into 5, and Brielle Cooper is just going around the first turning, Ken. with Pierce right behind her.
Ella Heiniger comes round, Josh, so a great race from her to put herself into the mix. Nadi Canning gets herself away from Currumbin. That's going to give her every advantage to go through to the next round also. So Canning working very hard as Lizzie Wellborn has been absolutely belted out the back.
Absolutely smashed. That's one of the worst beatings I've seen in the surf. She went in the top half of the field and got smashed all the way back towards, well, she's in the bottom 5 at the moment, definitely in the red zone here, and Brielle Cooper's got to find a wave. Lana Rogers, the defending Australian champion, is there as well. Behind her, Emily Doyle starting to make her way back to the beach there, and we can see girls still coming around, and Nadi Canning's having a great race, probably her best one of the summer. Oh, Electra Outram goes down late at the bottom of the screen. Whoa, she rode that rodeo bull, managed to, well, get a handle on it, and she went very, very late down those sets as Courtney Hancock, Naomi Scott, Kirsty Higginson, Taylor Piskaric, and, well, Maddie Dunn steps up, and they're out of the red zone just at the moment, and a couple of the girls have had massive runs through the field, and you can see them starting to work their way through transition. They know it's starting to get important in this first race of the Eliminator.
Well, Maddie Dunn will be looking for a big swim here. We know how well she can swim, Josh, and here are the girls chasing these red zone places. They need to make sure they get themselves out of this position as quick as possible.
You can see the girls, they look comfortable, but man, they look concerned. They know they're in the red zone at the moment. They're looking across. Oh, Wellborn pulls back, stands up, lets the board go, gets the instructions from the coach, Scotty T, there, and starts to work her way into the swim leg. And we've got a couple of good swimmers in this one, that's for sure. Lana Rogers there, Emily Doyle's fantastic, and they're going to have to get a wriggle on if they want to catch these girls. That's Naomi Scott there, Courtney Hancock, Taylor Piskaric starts to work her. Maddie Dunn's in the mix as well, and Britton comes through, Rogers, Doyle there, Brielle Cooper and Alyssa Pearce with plenty of work to do. That's the bottom 5, and that is the red zone. And, well, Lizzie Wellborn, after getting hammered, is down in that danger zone, and we could be losing the defending Australian champion after race 1.
Well, it would be interesting, Josh, to see, but the surf has certainly played a major factor in what is happening here in this race. We see Gemma Smith, she sits out in front in 1. Georgia Miller has closed the gap in this swim, Josh. It shows the form she's in to pull Gemma Smith back in, and now he's starting to work up and past.
The only guarantee here is on the way home in the swim, this order will change. I know maybe 1 and 2 won't, but there will be guys in the middle that will go from in the red zone to out of the red zone, and there will be people that think they're safe that will be going home, because the surf's big, they're coming in all over the place, and body surfing skills are going to play a massive role. But for the first time, we have a leader other than Gemma Smith. It's Georgia Miller who's gone to the front, and she's putting the power down, and all she can do today is win this race. That gives her the best possible chance, and then the best is up to Maddie Dunn, and it's easier said than done, but at the moment she's giving herself a great chance by sitting in this top 2 in the final leg of race 1 of the Eliminator here, round 6 of the Nutri IronWoman series. These girls have been unstoppable all summer long, and the toughest test we've left for last. Big surf, wind from the cyclone that's sitting off the coast at the moment, and the best IronWomen trying to knock each other off here at Wanda. It is on for all money, and we're coming down to the final leg of race 1 here for round 6 in the Eliminator. It's Gemma Smith on the left, Georgia Miller on the right, both looking for a wave, and you can see our cameraman struggling to keep the camera straight here because the wind is so strong. 130 km/h winds coming through just up the coast where Cyclone Omar's coming through and really smashing the coast at the moment. So we've missed the worst of it, but it's still not very nice for these girls, and that's why they're the best in the business. They are unstoppable.
Well, Josh, Wanda Beach is throwing up a huge test for our IronWomen as they start to swim themselves into the wave zone. Will we see a change in our top 2? Will we see a change in our automatic qualifiers? So this one's broken on the head of Gemma Smith. Our back markers down waves now. They may start to come over the top, and we may see a change in our automatic qualifiers.
There's somebody getting thrown around that one on the right-hand side there. I don't know if they've held on to it. Gemma Smith got smashed down the front of that. It looks like Hannah Scully's fallen off the back of that one, and it's still Miller in 1. Smith in 2. Scully's going to pick this one up. No, she gets washed off the back. Gemma Smith tries to go down it. This is tough stuff, Jack. What do you tell the nippers in surf sports? You do what what Georgia Miller does. She got the legs going. Big kick there. I can see boyfriend Riley Fitz down the bottom. Couple big claps there, the big fella. He's happy with what she's done. And she'll jog up the beach, and she will be first place up and around, skip all the way through to race 3. And Georgia Miller's done the job in race 1 and doesn't look rusty at all after missing round number 5 at Service Paradise. And Gemma Smith, reward for effort. She led most of the way there. She will skip through to race 3 as well and is looking for a big performance today. Hannah Scully knows that there's no point in jogging it up. She's just going to walk up, save her energy, go around. Emma Dick in 4th place as well, Jack. And whoa, Georgia Miller, it looks ominous early on.
Well, we saw Maddie Dunn battle, Josh. Still isn't guaranteed to get through this first race. And while Maddie Dunn was battling, Georgia Miller was doing it easy up the front end. She's now missing race 2. She gets to rest while the other girls have to go round in race 2.
Danielle McKenzie was 5. Oh, it looks like Taylor Piskarik almost went down, pulled the head up there. So not the best surf skills there. Had to really put the head down. She might get another shot to redeem herself on this one. Head down, pushing, miss off again. Throws the head up, so very tough. Just behind her, the matching Manly cap is Naomi Scott. She'll struggle to get down this one. Piskarik, we got 5 across the line. Out the back, there's a set. Somebody's going to get a ticket to ride. Falls from the sky and body surfs that one so well. Can she hold on? Tries to get spat out the front. Yeah, she does. So we'll wait till they hit the beach. And we got 5 on the beach at the moment. We're chasing. Well, you've got to finish in the top 14 to survive this round. And can Maddie Dunn finish in that? 6 is Courtney Hancock there, so she goes up and around. She'll have to race 2, but it's better than sitting out and watching the rest of the summer. Up and around, Taylor Piskarik in 7 there. Great job from her, despite the body scurfing. Oh, wave on, Kirsty Higginson. Wave on, she goes straight past Electra Outram there. Outram tries to hold on, does a good job. Maddie Dunn is safe. So Maddie Dunn's there in 7. Ellen Heidinger in 8. Emma Wood, she came from the clouds. What a performance, what a board, and what a swim after being last after the ski. 11 across the line there with Scott as well. So this is where it gets interesting. Doyle's out. 12 is Kirsty Higginson. She makes her way through the line there. We've got 2 more that are going to get it. Brielle Cooper's down. Lana Rogers is. Lizzie Wellborn's there as well. Electra Outram survives. We're looking for one more. This is the race up the beach. Lana Rogers goes. This is the race on to survive. The defending champ, the defending series champ will go home. She will miss out, I think. Brielle Cooper, she will miss out in this round, and we say goodbye to a couple of these girls. Lizzie Wellborn, a couple of the big guns. The clock starts there with the chief judge, Emily Doyle, as well. And what about that, Jack? A turn up, and well, Maddie Dunn, I've got to take a breath because I thought she was out for all money, but she managed to find a wave and really survive. That is huge news for Brielle Cooper. She goes home. Lizzie Wellborn, her season is done. Emily Doyle as well. Britton Pearce and Nutty Canning after being safe. There's more racing to come. Lighter, we've sent 6 girls home, and Canning, Pearce, Britton, Doyle and Wellborn and Cooper will not continue on today, but we do have 12 in race 2. And it's pretty simple math. The top 6 will go on to the final. They will join Georgia Miller and Gemma Smith, and the bottom 6 will go home. Their season will be done in terms of professional Ironman and Ironwoman racing. Swim, ski, board is the order. You've got to be in the top 6 to stay alive, and well, the series is on the line for Maddie Dunn. She goes in, number 14 there, and immediately goes head over heels. Very tough. The girls all run to the north there, and we can see Gemma Smith in the background warming down. And how good is it, Jack, sitting a race out, watching your rivals go head to head and basically bash each other into submission, and then knowing you've got one more race to do after this.
Well, no better feeling, Josh. Not that I know the feeling to watch as your competitors go round, while you get to sit and watch and wait for the final round, knowing they're using their energy, knowing they're taxing themselves to try and make sure they are in that next 6 going through to the final round here today at Wanda.
I think back in the day for you and I, it was Shannon Eckstein and Kai Hurst watching from the sideline, maybe Zane Holmes as well, while we raced round in this one. But the girls are into the swim, and very tough conditions for our camera crew out there. We're trying to bring you the best of the action, but with these gale force winds from TC Omar out to sea, it's very, very difficult at the moment, and it is Courtney Hancock in the lead, Naomi Scott in second, and well, the surprise packet on debut, the 16-year-old Emma Woods there in third place, and what a swim from her so far. Jack, did you think she was capable of a performance like this? It's Lana Rogers actually in second, and Woods right on her hip.
Well, all the girls headed to the north, Josh. They all jumped into that run out the rip that was working out very, very quickly. We saw it not work for the girls in the board leg earlier, but being able to dive underneath with that water sucking out underneath the waves allows you to get out very, very quickly. For Emma Woods, the plan was to jump onto the feet of the likes of Maddie Dunn, Lana Rogers, anyone that you know is going to go to the front. She's done exactly that, and now she hangs on and has put herself in a very, very good position.
Being smart is sometimes better than being fit there. So in one, it's Hancock, two Rogers, three Woods, four on the right-hand side. I think just out of shot, Emma Dix there, gone a long, long way. We've had Kirsty Higginson drop off the back. She's had a tough day so far. Waves are on. Dick looked like she's going to get down one. She doesn't. Is Woods going to get down it? No, I don't know if anyone will. Somebody tried to push over the top, Courtney Hancock actually, but it just didn't happen, and they've really spread out that group at the moment. Still Hancock 1, Rogers 2, Woods 3, Dick 4. Back in 5 is Maddie Dunn, the series point score leader at the moment. She has to survive to keep her chances alive in this series. If she goes out and Georgia Miller wins the race today, it is all over for her. But if she gets in, she only has to finish in the top 7 to hang on to the point score title. And look how spread out they are on the far left-hand side of screen. Kirsty Higginson's really struggled. We know swim is her weakest leg, but you'd think she'd be able to handle it in surf like this. She's sitting second overall on the point score.
Well, I would have thought that Maddie Dunn would be one to be further up, Josh, but potentially that first race really hurt her as Emma Dick comes down a wave now. She's going to join our top 3 in Hancock, Woods and Rogers, and all girls still struggling to pick up a wave at this stage.
I think that second wave broke between the two groups there, so nobody really got a push out of it. A couple are going to get a push out of this, that's for sure. There's one or two that have run down the front and start to work their way on. If they can hold it all the way to the beach, they'll go to the lead, but no, they don't. Our two leaders, Emma Dick and Emma Woods, the Emmas, they stand up and they're in the lead, and at just 16 years of age, the young gun from Alexandra Headlands is leading her first ever Nutri IronWoman Series race. What a performance from her. Emma Dick goes past her through transition and into the lead there. Woods in second. She looks like she's hurting, but she's going to have to guts it out at the moment. The early leaders there, Courtney Hancock in 3, Lana Rogers in 4, and then there's a big gap back. Taylor Piskarik there in 5. She's had a good performance. Ella Heiniger and Kirsty Higginson from last place. She's got herself a wave all the way through it, heading into her best leg. What a turnaround for Kirsty Higginson.
Well, Josh, here is today's biggest challenge. Under fatigue coming out of the swim, going into a ski leg. The wander break is ferocious. These girls are in for a very tough time as Lana Rogers goes up and over one. Emma Dick up and over one as well. And under fatigue, these girls are going to struggle. They will not have the speed. They will not have the power to get through clean. You've got to be patient. You've got to hold yourself in the right position and use your skills to read it and get through.
Danielle McKenzie comes around well into the red zone. We'll take a look. Ella Heiniger, Maddie Dunn sitting in 8th place at the moment. Scully, Electra Outram from Noosa as well. Naomi Scott and Danielle McKenzie, they are the red zone. Oh, one or two have had to roll. Maddie Dunn's had to roll as well. That's her green ski at the bottom there. Somebody's lost one. Somebody's lost their ski. I think it's Emma Woods. That's going to go all the way back to the beach. Not what you want after such a good start. She's obviously let it go, and it's going to wash all the way back to shore. And well, that is a massive shot. Maddie Dunn just sitting there, not able to do anything. Naomi Scott's rolling off. It is carnage at the moment. Scott rolls again. Dunn sitting there doing absolutely nothing, waiting for a gap on the way out to sea. And she's got, oh, have a look at that. She's got Scott's ski up alongside.
Piskarik, Josh, that's Piskarik's ski. So Taylor Piskarik giving Maddie Dunn an absolute hell of a time on the way out there, but Dunn managing to hang on and stay on top of her ski.
She rolls again. Courtney Hancock just sitting there. These girls, they're sitting ducks at the moment. One's gone out and snuck through at the moment, out in the lead with no problems at all. It looks like Hannah Scully. She's had no problems. Naomi Scott, I thought she was rolling. She's back on her ski. Off is Courtney Hancock at the bottom. This is carnage. This is as bad as I've seen it in the last 3 or 4 years, where girls are just getting absolutely absolutely smashed at the moment. Courtney Hancock's lying on her ski. Oh, one's coming back to the beach there. That's Ella Heiniger's. So Heiniger's ski's rolling back to the beach. Electra Outram, she's straddling hers. Danielle McKenzie's got to go. There's a big wave. She knows. She puts the power down. She's going to cop one on the head. Goes up and over. Maddie Dunn does the same thing. She knows there's a big swell there. They go up, get some air off the back, and just survives. And these girls are looking at each other and wondering what they've done to deserve such a beating.
Well, Dunn has managed very, very well through that break. Although she got held up, she's going to keep herself still in contention as this race. We see Lana Rogers working in behind the current Australian IronWoman champion. They're trying to close the gap on the likes of Emma Dick and Hannah Scully, who got out fairly clean. They still had a challenge. They still were tested on the way out, but they managed to get through as quick as they could.
You know, the incredible thing from here on out, this race isn't over. Even for Ella Heiniger, even for Emma Woods, their stuff goes all the way back to the beach. These girls have still got to get home, as Kirsty Higginson, after doing such a great job, she's paddling back out to sea. She must have lost it as well because she was much further up heading into her best leg. These girls have got to get home safely, and these girls have still got to get through the board leg there. So for Emma Woods, Ella Heiniger, Kirsty Higginson, you've got to do the best you can at the moment. Try and survive, try and get around and do it as quickly as possible because this race is far from over.
Well, far from over, Josh. You saw the wave by Kirsty Higginson to put her back in the mix. No doubt that if she can manage her skills, which she is very, very good at on the ski, there may potentially be a few girls swimming in this ski leg. As Emma Dick comes around, she goes in for the final board leg. She wants to secure a spot in today's round race 3 final.
Hannah Scully makes her way in. Naomi Scott stops paddling. Oh, I don't know if that's the move. Starts to get it going again. She tries to get out on the edge, and good skills there from Naomi Scott. Just lets one go, knows better of it as Emma Dick starts to work her way back out and around in one. Hannah Scully goes through transition, looking very, very tired in two. Here comes Maddie Dunn. She's not pulling back, that's for sure. Takes the drop on a little one, but it's very tough here at Wanda. Starts to put the power down. The Whitewater chases her from behind. She's got to keep it straight. Oh, she doesn't. Rolls off. Dunn ski back to the beach. She's body surfing down behind it, and that is the exact opposite of what Maddie Dunn wanted to do. She wanted to be safe. She wanted to take it nice and easy, and she did not, and she's added an extra swim leg in there, and Danielle McKenzie has gone from last to third just like that.
Well, Maddie Dunn had her chance to probably all but secure a spot in today's final. Now swimming back to the beach will open the door for these chasers to come through and go over the top of Maddie Dunn heading into the final board leg. We see Lana Rogers working hard. She throws a leg out, straddles the ski, tries to get any pull she can to get as close to the beach as possible as Courtney Hancock picks up a little bubble, Josh, which should hold her back to the beach.
Dunn, she gets to the beach, heads into the water, still in the top six behind Naomi Scott, working very, very hard. So Dunn's still out of the red zone at the moment because there was so much carnage on that ski while Lana Rogers swims. Courtney Hancock's just making her way in. Taylor Piskarik's there. This is the start of the red zone as Electra Outram comes up and around with plenty of work to do. Lana Rogers, her teammate at the Noosa Club, in behind her, and she was spitting chips when she went sideways on that ski. Courtney Hancock from third on the way out of the ski. She's in third last on the way home in the ski, so very, very tough for her, and she's got plenty of work to do, but plenty of time. With one leg to go in race number 2, there's still 3 or 4 girls still yet to make their way in from that ski leg and out on the board.
Well, Hancock, we've seen her run to the north, Josh. She's going to use the rip. The girls were belted down that end in race 2. Will they sneak out on this one? It will be very, very interesting to see. Kirsty Higginson still making her way back in, chasing Taylor Piskarik, who is almost back to the beach with Emma Woods waiting out the back. Ella Heiniger sitting out behind her.
The bottom 4 there, so it's Piskarik, Higginson, Woods and Heiniger all the way out the back. There's some big, big waves out there for Woods and Heiniger if they've got the guts to take them. I know one thing, Jack, I wouldn't be caught dead near those waves because they are very strong, very powerful. Maddie Dunn still pushing. She knows her series is on the line here. She survives, it stays alive. She misses out and it opens the door for Georgia Miller. Naomi Scott pushes through out the back, and it's been a tough day for her as well, copping it, and it's just about to get tougher for these two. Electra Outram pops up and over. Oh, Lana Rogers rolls underneath, and Kirsty Higginson has been like a yo-yo. She's been at the front, she's been at the back, she's been at the front, now she's at the back again, and we take a look at the red zone. Rogers, Hancock, Piskarik, Higginson, Woods, and Heiniger, and these girls at the front, they'll just be looking for a ride home and a rest for a couple of minutes before they get to do it all again. Emma Dick in 1. Hannah Scully in 2. Naomi Scott is there as well. Maddie Dunn's working her way into it. And it looks like Courtney Hancock started to paddle her way into the top 6 at the moment. She'll be very happy with that.
Well, Josh, we said goodbye to our last year's series champion in Brielle Cooper in race 1. Will we say goodbye to the current Australian IronWoman champion in Lana Rogers in race 2? Emma Dick has done all the work out in front, led this one from almost start to finish, and managed to get herself through. And that's exactly what it's about, managing your skills, limiting the mistakes in these very, very testing Wanda conditions.
It looks like in second place there, Dunn might pick up a wave at the moment, and we're out the back. Scully will get one. So Scully gets a wave down up on Emma Dick. No problems at all. So those two will survive, and we've got 2 of our 6 through to race 3 at the moment. Oh, Emma Dick, little mistake there, but it doesn't matter at the end of this race. She'll still get through. Out the back, Danielle McKenzie. She looks like she's going to push down this one there. Naomi Scott looking to make sure she gets over the top as well. So 2 by 2 they come to the beach at the moment, and Scully and Dick are in. Danielle McKenzie cuts sick on the way home, and Scully is across the line and into the final of the eliminator there. She's had to work for it. Emma Dick is across as well. Quick to get wrapped up in the towels and the jumpers. Naomi Scott and Danielle McKenzie are on the next wave, and we're looking for 2 more, Jack Hansen. And those 2 are going to come from these girls here. Electra Outram out to sea. Lana Rogers on the blue there as our other 2 cross the line. And then inside that, Maddie Dunn. So 3 girls into 2 spots. Maddie Dunn, she's going to push down a wave in front of Electra Outram. So Dunn gets down a wave. I don't know if it'll take her all the way to the beach. It looks like it will as the other 2 fall off. And well, the Maddie Dunn supporters and the support team breathe a sigh of relief, because she will be our 5th person through to the final today, and she just doesn't have to finish last in the final today. That is the way to get the title there. So she breathes a sigh of relief and heads to the beach here. Courtney Hancock, Electra Outram, Lana Rogers all fighting for that last spot on the way home here. Jack, this is going to be very tight for spot number 6.
Well, Josh, 1 spot remaining. Lana Rogers and Electra Outram in front of Courtney Hancock as Maddie Dunn comes round to take 5th spot. All the while, Georgia Miller sits back, relaxes and watches these girls with Gemma Smith battle it out in race 2.
And it's Lana Rogers who'll get there. She got a little run to the beach, just out of shot, manages to survive, keep herself alive, and she will race 3 of the eliminator in the final round of the Nutrigain IronWoman series. And what about that? Scully, Dick, Scott, McKenzie, Dunn and Rogers, they're alive, and we say goodbye for the final time to Outram and Hancock for the summer. Taylor Piskarik, Emma Woods, what a performance for her. 12th place overall, 10th place in this race in her first ever round. Higginson and Heiniger, Grain IronWoman Series champion. It's all come down to this one race. We have 8 girls vying for the round win, 2 of them looking for the series win. Maddie Dunn versus Georgia Miller. If Georgia Miller wins, Maddie Dunn has to finish 7th or better. And in a field of 8, it is not the hardest task ever, but there will be 7 other girls looking to ruin her day. If Georgia Miller doesn't win, then Maddie Dunn has the title wrapped up. We're on the line, set and ready to go. This is it. These girls have battled it out all summer long, and it's come down to round 6 at Wanda Beach, off and away. Some go left, some go right, some go straight into the water. And, well, Georgia Miller sat back, watched race 2 alongside Gemma Smith there, and she is definitely not as tired as the other girls, so they'll have that advantage. And already Naomi Scott and Georgia Miller have gone to the lead.
Well, Naomi Scott out very, very quickly. These are our well-rested athletes in Georgia Miller and Gemma Smith working out very quickly as well. Hannah Scully, probably the quickest board paddler in this field, working her way through alongside Emma Dick and Danielle McKenzie. We saw Lana Rogers make the choice to go south. The only one that headed south. Could be a make or break moment, Josh, to blow blow this race wide open.
Danielle McKenzie kneels back, gets the nose up, pops up and over as well. Georgia Miller there on the pink board. Got the GoPro on the front. She'll crash through this one. Naomi Scott alongside her as well. So goes up and over, back onto the knees. Gemma Smith in the background. Look at the difference this field. Scully on the right there. She's just in the center of the field there. All these girls have gone to the left. They're on the left-hand side chasing very hard. And at the moment, it's Miller, Smith, Scott and Dunn in the left-hand side. Hannah Scully in the center. And then on the far right-hand side there, there's Danielle McKenzie. We can see just coming into shot at the moment. Danielle McKenzie there, Emma Dick and Lana Rogers all waking their way out as well. So very, very tough stuff for these girls. A tough start to this race already. They've been hammered from pillar to post for 2 races already, and they've got to save their best for last.
Well, trying to pick up Emma Dick and Lana Rogers. They're off to the right-hand side of screen. There is Emma Dick, so still making her way through the wave zone, which means that left-hand side, Josh, was probably the best option. We see Georgia Miller at the front of this race. She needs to finish there to take the overall Nutri IronWoman Series win and title from Maddie Dunn. Maddie Dunn back in about 4th or 5th place at the moment. Looks to be labouring, Josh, I would say, through the wave zone early on in this one in race 3.
It's Miller from Scully, Smith, and then Naomi Scott as they work their way out. And you were spot on. That right-hand side was the wrong option for those girls. They just got hammered a little bit. They're well out the back at the moment. Miller's looking very, very strong. And Hannah Scully, the surprise packet there. She's doing a great job in 2nd place. Smith, Scott, then Dunn sitting back. Then Lana Rogers working her way out and around. And Georgia Miller, just a quick look over the shoulders there. Danielle McKenzie, sorry, I said Lana Rogers. Lana Rogers is a long, long way down in 8th place. So that is tough at the moment. But Georgia Miller just had a look around. She'll be looking for her teammate there in Maddie Dunn. She knows that she's got to win, but it doesn't matter if Maddie Dunn finishes inside the top 6.
Well, Danielle McKenzie comes around. We see a gap open up there behind Gemma Smith. So our top 3 have started to break away. Naomi Scott currently sitting in 4th. That gap, if that opens up too much, may allow these front 3 to get down a wave. We see Naomi Scott head to the can now. She's broken away again from the chaser in Maddie Dunn. Maddie Dunn needs to stay in touch. She needs to stay close if she's going to have any chance of winning this overall series.
Yeah, there's lumps on the horizon at the moment. The girls, Hannah Scully goes to the front of this race. Danielle McKenzie turns the can on the knee, starting to work, and these lumps are going to come into play. That is for sure. Can our leaders get down this one? They sit up. They know they've got this run at the moment. Scully on the right. Georgia Miller in the middle. Gemma Smith falls off the back. Gemma Smith falls off the back, so it's the 2 Northcliffe girls, 1 and 2, and maybe Gemma Smith was just a little bit complacent there, thought she was down it, missed that wave, and well, it's playing out for Northcliffe coach Naomi Flood at the moment. They're in 1 and 2. Gemma Smith in 3. She'll pick up a wave there, goes down that one and out the back. There's a couple on offer for the back markers. Maddie Dunn will be desperate to get down this one. Naomi Scott's down it. Here comes one of the girls. Who is it coming down? It is Maddie Dunn. So ticket to ride, no dramas at all. And all things are good in the world of Northcliffe. They're in 1-2, and Maddie Dunn still has a hold of the series title. But it's only leg 1 of 3 here. Board, swim, ski is the order, and you'd expect Georgia Miller to go to work here.
Well, like we saw in the first leg of race 2, Georgia Miller and Hannah Scully have decided to go down to the northern end. They're going to use that rip. Gemma Smith will run there as well as she runs through the screen. We see Maddie Dunn and Naomi Scott. They are 2 of the stronger swimmers in this field. The only one that probably trumps them is Georgia Miller, who is our current leader and trying to snatch this overall victory from Maddie Dunn.
That's it. You think Maddie Dunn and Naomi Scott will probably try and work together there and catch back up. Scott looking for a round win, I'm sure. She's been close all summer long, and Dunn obviously looking for a good result. The surf is coming in. We've got all 8 girls on the beach. They've all gone up to that rip on the top side there. Emma Dick is around in 6th place. Danielle McKenzie in 7th there, and the girls make their way into the water and out the back of the ocean. They negotiated that break pretty easily at the moment, and it's still Miller out in front. She's put a gap on Hannah Scully, and that's the difference. Georgia Miller, former member of the Australian junior swim team, swam 100 and 200 freestyle in the relay. Hannah Scully, more your traditional surf swimmer, a board paddler more than anything, and she's put a gap in her so far and starting to open up.
Scully is managing to hang on. The gap is starting to open, Josh. That elastic band starting to stretch, and we'll probably get to a point where Georgia Miller can break it and really get away. If Scully doesn't keep her eyes on Miller and stay close, it may allow Miller to get away by herself back to the beach. And that gap, the gap we're really looking at here is the gap from Georgia Miller back to Maddie Dunn. I think that's Maddie Dunn at the back of this group here. What a swim from Lana Rogers to swim back up into this one, Josh. That is absolutely huge to put herself back in the mix in this race.
Smith in 3. Well, Rogers, I think, has just swum into 3. So Rogers in 3, Smith in 4 there. They go around maybe. It looks like Emma Dick, yes, in 5. Dunn in 6. Naomi Scott comes around in 7. So red zone at the moment. That 7's the lucky number for Maddie Dunn. And you just take a look, the real reality of this, with the surf as big as it is, ski last, this race will start all over again when the girls get on the ski and head into the final leg, because we've seen how smashed they've got in the opening 2 races here. It'll be how you manage this ski. Georgia Miller will go in with a big lead over Hannah Scully and the rest of the field, but she's got to negotiate the break. She's got to stay on top of her ski. She's got to have good skills, and that could be the difference here today as a wave starts to lift. And I don't know about Hannah Scully. I don't know if she's going to get down, and it really starts to stand up. Scully looks to push over the top of it. Scully's going to get down, and she's going to ride it all the way to the beach. It's going to break on the head of Georgia Miller. I don't think she's going to get it. Scully's in there. Is she going to pop out the front? No, she's not. She just drifts off the back. Georgia Miller gets a little push off the next one, and we've got to change in the lead. Hannah Scully into 1, Miller into 2.
Well, Josh, this changes everything. If Georgia Miller doesn't win this final race, she doesn't win the overall series. So could Hannah Scully be what gets the job done for Maddie Dunn? Hannah Scully now in 1, had her opportunity to hold her wave through to the beach, has won her first ever Nutri Series race this year, and may be looking to take a second.
We've got 1 leg to go, that's for sure. Georgia Miller goes down the wave. Hannah Scully picks it up as well, and they both fall off the back. So little mistakes in the 3rd race of the day for these girls, and Miller stands up with 1 leg to go. Scully right alongside her there, and it's ski paddling time. They get the hurry up from their handlers, go up and through transition for the final time this summer. The girls are on at the moment. Miller in 1, Scully in 2. The rest of the field chasing hard. They grab the skis, take a deep breath, charge into the Wanda surf, and hope that it opens up for them as the rest of the field trying to find a wave at the moment. And it looks like Maddie Dunn's going to pick up a little run, and Gemma Smith on the left-hand side surfs it a little bit longer, manages to surf it all the way to the beach. Someone comes up alongside her. It's Lana Rogers from the clouds. What a swim for Lana Rogers. She'll be 3rd up on the sand. Gemma Smith right alongside her. Behind them, Maddie Dunn stands up, still close enough if good enough, but the entire field is on top of her, and the pressure is on. It's Rogers in 3, Smith in 4, Dick in 5, Maddie Dunn in 6. Then Naomi Scott in 7 as they work their way up and around, and Danielle McKenzie in 8 at the moment. And well, Maddie Dunn, she's still in the series lead if they stop the race right now, no matter where Georgia Miller finishes. As long as she doesn't finish last, she'll be fine. And here we go. Hannah Scully out into the break zone, Georgia Miller into the break zone, and Maddie Dunn's heading out there as well, and the pressure is on.
Well, Josh, a couple of scenarios, a couple of races here we've discussed already. Maddie Dunn has to finish inside the top 6 if Georgia Miller wins. If Georgia Miller doesn't win this race, Maddie Dunn is our overall series champion. So very, very, very tight up the front. It looks as though Miller is almost out, as is Hannah Scully.
Oh, Miller's
so still
out.
A race in 2.
Woo.
Rogers goes up to join them, currently sitting in 3. She's working very, very hard to put herself back into this one. Dunn looks like that she's got out fairly cleanly too, Josh.
Oh,
a little wave coming through. This could cause some trouble for Maddie Dunn.
She's going to roll. She has to roll. Goes underneath it. Dunn rolls underneath it. She tries to hold on, so not what she wanted there. Scott's gone over the top of it. So Miller and Scully are out the back. Dunn's rolled underneath it. Has she got hold of her ski? There's 2 sets. There's 3 sets out the back that are all going to hit her there again. Oh, she's had to roll under 3 straight waves. Manages to hold onto her ski. Gets back in. Gets going. Looks around. And what about this drama? Has to jump over at the top of another one there, but has gone from 3rd place back into 7th, and she's right on the cusp of losing the series at this point.
Well, Georgia Miller sitting in one. She rounds the first ski can, chased by Hannah Scully at this stage. Hannah Scully needs to make a choice. Does she want Georgia Miller to win or Maddie Dunn? A very, very hard position to be in at this stage, but Georgia Miller's not going to leave anything to chance. The rating's up. She can taste victory. She can taste her first ever series win, and Georgia Miller is working very, very hard to make sure that happens.
Dunn has been smacked and she's well down in the field at the moment. Georgia Miller's in the lead and she's going to take it safely on the way home. Winning's just one part of it. Lana Rogers is in front of her. All the girls are in front of Dunn at the moment. I think she's in 8th place. If she finishes last and Miller wins, the win goes to Miller, so there's drama aplenty. There's waves out the back. Scully could spoil the party for Georgia Miller there. Naomi Scott in and around the cans, working hard. These girls chasing podium places at the moment, and Emma Dick just in front of Maddie Dunn. So Dunn's in last, Miller's in first, and it's a worst case scenario for Maddie Dunn. But let's see them survive on the way home. Let's see who can take it all the way to the beach. Scully's going to come down this wave. Scully's going to come alongside Georgia Miller. Lana Rogers is trying to spoil the party as well. So we've got a race in 2 at the moment. Miller's got a little run. Gemma Smith out the back's going to get down a huge bomb, but she thinks better of it. Scully falls off. Georgia Miller gets the wave. If she can hold this straight, she's done the first part to collecting her first ever Nutri-Grain IronWoman series. Oh, it gets dodgy. She goes left, she goes right. She tries to hold on. She puts the power down. Scully's off out the back. Scully's off out the back. Georgia Miller's going to do the impossible. She's been unstoppable today, so it all comes down to Maddie Dunn. Georgia Miller may claim the win. She's done the first part she needs to. High fives there, boyfriend and Olympian Riley Fitz. She celebrates up the beach. She knows she's done that part there out the back. She thinks she's won the series. She thinks she's won the entire series. She crosses the line. Georgia Miller wins race 6 of the IronWoman series and goes close to claiming the overall title. It's just a matter of time. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to count and do the numbers. I think she's almost got the title, but Maddie Dunn just needs to finish in 7th place. Here we go. Hannah Scully crosses the line in 2nd. She has a great summer so far. Hugs and high fives all round. Naomi Scott leans back. She pushes up the beach here, and we're going to have to wait and see. Goes sideways, so it opens the door for Maddie Dunn. It's drama aplenty. Smith's in 3. Lana Rogers is in 4. We count the numbers. We wait and see. 5 is Danielle McKenzie. It's starting to get very, very difficult, Jack, here. It's putting the pressure on Maddie Dunn, and out the back there's a wave that's going to clean her up and absolutely smash her. Oh, she jumps off the board, jumps off the ski, goes sideways, tries to body surf it back to the beach, goes over the top. Is she going to hold on? Oh, I think that's all she wrote for Maddie Dunn. I think Georgia Miller is going to be our 2018-2019 Kellogg's Nutri-Grain IronWoman Series champion. Maddie Dunn, all she had to do was not finish in 8th place, and she's finished in 8th place. It's drama aplenty.
Well, Maddie Dunn did everything she could, and a few little mistakes towards the end allow Emma Dick and Naomi Scott to get across the line in 6th and 7th place respectively. Maddie Dunn finishes in 8th, and Georgia Miller is your 2019 Nutri-Grain IronWoman Series champion.
You never would have thought of it. Unbelievable. It had to only finish one way for Georgia Miller to be the champ. She had to win. Dunn had to finish last, and that is exactly what happened there. Georgia Miller is your Nutri-Grain IronWoman Series champion. She was unstoppable today and unstoppable all summer long. High fives, congratulations all round. And Georgia Miller knows she's the champ, and well, you don't want to see it finish this way. Maddie Dunn did everything right. She's had the summer of her life and was just beaten by the better girl on the day there. You can see the disappointment on her face, and the first 2 to go in to congratulate her are her teammates. And let's hear from our champion, Georgia Miller.
Here we are with our not only round 6 winner, but our series winner, Georgia Miller. Wow, what a performance, unstoppable performance. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. That means absolutely everything to me. It's been a crazy season, from moving away from home to doing the gold to Worlds to this, and I just can't thank them. My support teams, they're just the best, and I wouldn't be here without them.
You've obviously won the Coolangatta Gold early in the year, and to go from distance to now short course, what's it mean to win a Kellogg's Nutri-Grain IronWoman Series?
Oh, this has been a dream of mine forever. I started the season off really aiming for the gold, but then as soon as that's over, you look to the next thing, and this was it. This is the pinnacle of our sport, and to win that, I'm just ecstatic.
And she should be. Finishes 3 points ahead of Maddie Dunn, and what a summer it's been. We thought she'd given up any hope after missing round 5 with her sister's wedding. Came back, and the good karma came around. Georgia Miller got it done. Northcliffe 1 and 2, Maddie Dunn. Lana Rogers finishes in 3rd place. A huge summer